This is cute. Okay, so my MacBook is doing the thing. I like this. Let's see if I can. There we go. My MacBook is doing a thing. Let me see if y'all could hear me first. Let me see if y'all could hear me first. All right, yes, y'all can. So, what movie set in today? Mm, so, I am very greasy right now. Well moisturized. I don't know. Should I leave my bun in or take it out? I think I'm gonna keep my bun in today. I think I'm gonna do that. Nevertheless, let me turn the light back on. Let me see if I could dim it a little bit, make it a little cool, make it a little warm. Yeah, I like it warm. See if we could dim it a little bit. Ooh, face is go racing. All right, so we're just gonna get into it. Yesterday, my HP laptop decided that it was not gonna work for me no more, which is crazy. I hooked up this microphone that I got and this new camera that I'm working with now. And I guess my laptop just decided to just depart me, literally. So it will not turn on, it will not charge, and I'm distraught. But I do have my handy dandy MacBook from 2019. And I was thinking, like, man, I got to get a whole new laptop just to make a video. And then I thought, like, we as people, we always make things harder than what it needs to be. Like, if I really wanted to shoot this video today, I could have did it on my iPhone. I got a whole iPhone 17. I could have did it on my iPhone. Nothing should stop you if you want to make or start a YouTube channel or grow a YouTube channel or be consistent. Nothing should stop you from doing what you got to do, because if you have a phone, you can get started on a YouTube channel. You don't need this fancy mic. You don't need a fancy camera. All you need is a cell phone, a chair, and you and your personality, and you'll shine. That's a little jewel I'm giving y'all for today. But today I want to talk about how being childless after 30 hits me hard sometimes, because like everybody, like a lot of millennials are saying now, they're mourning the life that they thought they would have by this age. And what got me thinking is that although I did have opportunities to have a child, I never wanted just to have a child. I've always wanted to have a family, have my child have a father. You know, I wanted the whole American dream, like we were all dreaming of when we were children, like husband, career, house, white picket fence, dog, two children, a boy and a girl. Let's have a boy first so he can protect the girl. Like we all grew up with like the same kind of dream. And when you get to a certain age and you realize it has not happened, or you start to mourn the fact that it might never happen for you, it kind of hits a little different sometimes. Like, especially on holidays like Thanksgiving or Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day, like Valentine's Day, it's a little different. So it got me to thinking. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. So it got me to thinking, like, There are people, I'm like, just like I was about to not make this video or stop my goal of being consistent every day on YouTube and making a video because of XYZ. There's always something that we're thinking of, like maybe if I did this, I would have been here. Like for instance, I think sometimes like maybe if I didn't have these tattoos, I would have had a husband and a baby. But my whole thing is I've been engaged like 3 times. I've had opportunities to have children. The situation just wasn't right. It doesn't matter what aesthetic you are, who you are, how perfect you are. God has the final say. And I'm not trying to be religious here, but you could do everything right and it not work out for you. You can't really pinpoint or create this perfect life and think that everything's going to be perfect. Like, you got to realize that sometimes things are beyond your control. Like, for instance, there are people out in this world who got married to their high school sweetheart, had the children, and years go down the line. Let's say they were both virgins when they first started messing with each other. Years down the line, they break up, and now she's a single mom. Or if he dies, or she dies, or any type of, let's say they can't have kids. Like, it's so many different moving parts in this thing called life that I feel like we should not be hard on ourselves if we're not where we think we need to be at this point in time of our life. Because if you really wanted a kid, you can have one. You can make the steps to have one if that's what you really want. If you really wanted a husband, you can actually make the steps to have one. But for some reason, like having it all the way we all want, it's hard to create perfection in a world where there's so many different moving parts. And we never know what the next year will bring. Like, let's say you did get married, you had the kids, you had the house, and what, you think everything's gonna be perfect like you in a Stepford town? You think, your husband or your wife not gonna have any shortcomings? Like, there are those situations where it does happen for people, but more often than not, it's never a fairy tale, I have it all kind of story. So sometimes when I sit here and I think like, man, why didn't it happen for me? It's like you never know what you're being protected from. You never know. Like, let's say if I really did want a child and I had a child and I died afterwards, like, you never know the circumstances that could have happened or what God is protecting you from when it comes to things that you feel like you don't have in your life. And although I do sometimes get sad about not having a husband and not having children, I am grateful for the peace and the freedom I have in my life right now, in which if I wanted to go out right now on a whim, get dressed up and go and wear whatever I want and go wherever I wanted to go, I can do that. Now, I'm not trying to discredit the importance and the value and, having the husband, having the children, having or building a legacy, building something that's bigger than yourself, essentially. I'm not going to try to discredit that. But the world has so many moving parts that even people who have all these situations sometimes look at, childless women or men who are bachelors like, man, I wish I could do that. Or I wish I had time to myself. I wish I didn't have these kids right now. I wish I didn't have this wife right now. It's like we're always looking for the missing pieces in our life that we're like overlooking what we actually have and being grateful and being present in the moment. So every time I think like, man, I really wish I had XYZ, I just think about this. Like, at the end of the day, control what you can control. What you can't control is who will love you. You can try, you can go and search, but you can't control whether you find the right one. And even if you find the right one, you can't control if your bodies will be compatible enough or the time will be right enough where you guys can produce a baby. You can't control that, you know, what time this is like you can, but it's not practical at the end of the day. And even if you got all these moving pieces together, there's still a possibility at the end of the day that everything could fall apart, even if you did every single thing right. So it's just like you don't know. You don't know what God has in store for you. You don't know what God is protecting you from. And I just be thinking about that sometimes. Whenever I get a little sad, I just think to myself, like, you know what? I may not have a husband, I may not have kids, but what I can control is what I do for myself. What I can control is getting my steps in. What I can control is what I put in my body. What I can control is how I carry myself. What I can control is my streams of income. What I can control is essentially myself. And until that right person comes along, I'm going to control what I can control. And even if and when that right person does come along, I'm still going to be controlling what only I control, because you will go crazy trying to control other people. Not my earring fell out. That's ghetto. I got these from the roller rink. Where is my? That is crazy. Oh, I found it. So yeah. I got these earrings at a roller skating rink. They were so cute. I think they say eat, skate, rollerblade or something like that. Eat, sleep, skate or something like that. Speaking of which, let's talk about something more important than the follow the law. So I have been getting my steps in. Now this is for the girls. And this channel is basically going to be for the girls essentially, because I'm not really interested in pandering to the male gaze and being because look at Cooking with Kaya. Like, look what that gets you when you pander to the male gaze. It's always going to end up being either you're making anti-feminist content or you're going to be selling sex. And I'm not going to lean too forward into any of those things. So today I got 14,000 steps. Can you see this? Yeah, you can see that. I got 14,000 steps today. I did my workout. That's what I can control. Every day for July, when you see a green dot, every day for July, I've gotten my workout in. I've gotten my steps in. Every day for June, I've gotten my steps in. Don't even come over here talking to me if you didn't get your steps in for today. Honestly, I don't want to hear it. What today? Today, what was this? What's today? Well, I can like fold it out. Like, you know how people be folding out the money? I could fold it out like, okay, 14,000 steps. Where we going? 12,000 steps. That was a day off. 14,000 steps. 14,000 steps. 14,000 steps. Very consistent. 15,000 steps. Let's talk about things we can't control. 16,000 steps. 16,000 steps. And I'm talking about every day. I'm not taking no days off. I'm not. Because what I can control is how I treat myself. And whatever I get from doing that, that's fine. As far as my tattoo, I'm starting to get my tattoo removed. That's something else I could do for myself. My hair, my maintenance, my skin. Do you see my skin? It's practically flawless. That's what I can do for myself as a woman. as far as like, character and stuff, like I'm doing the inner work and the shadow work where I'm not raising my voice when I'm having a disagreement or I feel emotional. I'm learning more of emotional control and how to. You want to know something funny that I've learned about emotional control? You, as a woman or as a person, whenever you start to, whenever you feel emotional, you need to not give people the satisfaction of knowing what your weaknesses are. And that way they know how to hurt you and they know how weak you are, or how much you can't control your emotions, which is also a weakness, which is also something that's essentially unattractive to a man because they're more so. Some men are emotional, but most men are like more logical because they've been suppressing their emotions for years because that's not masculine to be emotional. So we were just like yin and yang. And I just like, whether I'm jealous, whether I'm sad, whether I'm mad, whether I want to over explain, whether I want to ask questions. You know how sometimes we ask men questions, we send a text message and it's like five questions in one text message. And what do that man do? That man will respond to the last question you sent. All of this over explaining, showing anxiety, being depressed, like certain stuff, like get you a Tolan friend. Get you a Tolan friend. You cannot trust people with your insecurities, with your doubts, with your fears, with your emotions, with what makes you sad, with what makes you vulnerable. You got to connect with somebody in a very special way for them to get that out of you because people don't really respect emotion these days. You see, we are right now in like a nonchalant apocalypse, apocalypse, you know what I mean? Where everybody is just trying to be nonchalant, like stuff don't bother them, like stuff like you don't care. Because I feel like we're all just emotionally burned out at this point, and we're just all like socially overstimulated at this point, honestly. Oh my God, it's 17 minutes. Where it's like, I just feel like we're all overstimulated and we're all kind of burned out on many different levels. Oh, I got one viewer. I hope that's not nobody I know. Speaking of which, this is another thing I want to talk about. My YouTube channel, I want to create like a YouTube family where these people don't know me. I want to grow my YouTube channel organically and find people that just find my tribe out in the world. I don't, whenever you want to start your YouTube channel, don't even try to like get your family involved, your friends involved. Like just keep it to yourself. That way you can just be your natural self. You don't have nobody judging you. And then at the point where you get a lot of subscribers and you blow up and your family finally see your content, they can't really be mad at you because you're successful in what you're doing. So yeah, that's really how I feel. Um, if the ladies want to talk below about how you are mourning a life that you would have thought you had by now, that is encouraged. Let's start a chat for everybody, all my millennials who are not where they thought they were supposed to be right now in life, and what you're doing to combat that. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm taking care of my body, I'm taking care of my appearance, and I'm living a full life. I'm not sitting in the house wondering and waiting for a man to choose me. I'm going out, I'm traveling, I'm wearing a dress, I'm doing the things that I want to do. And it seems like even if you were a mom, you had the husband and you had the children, this is a point this is a point in your life, like your mid to late 30s, where you start wanting to live your life for yourself. By this time you probably had the kids, they probably in high school, they probably about to move out the house or whatever. And you're about to start living your life for yourself. Like life is so crazy. Imagine Like, the timeline where women are supposed to have kids is what, as young as possible. So if I would have had a kid at like 18, I would have almost like a 20-year-old at this point. And I guess that would be a good thing. So then at this time in my life, I could start living my life, you know, while I still have some type of vitality, and start living my life for myself. Like, it's, no matter which way you put it, it's always something missing. Had I had children at a young age, I would have missed out on my youth, my vitality. I would have missed out on the fun years. And at this point, I wouldn't even probably know who I am, because all I would know is that I'm a mother and a wife versus Jessica. It's just like, just live your life, man. People always want things that they don't have. Just live your life at this point. I'm going to end this stream. If you like this video, really like this video, I'm so proud of my MacBook, my old baby MacBook, because I really thought that I was going to have to just make videos on my phone. And I was going to make videos on my phone anyway, because I was like, yo, I bought this iPhone 17 Pro Max when I had an iPhone 14 paid off. And I'm like, why did I buy this phone? And then I thought about it. I was like, I'm going to make this iPhone Pro Max pay for itself. The same way I did with this gaming chair, this microphone, this equipment. I was like, I'm going to make these items pay for itself. So I'm still going to be making videos on my phone, because I don't have the editing capacity to do it on this old MacBook, because all the new apps, I think like it's called OBS, those all require the newest software update, and I'm still on like Sierra. I'm like on Mojave. Like, I'm so in the past. Like, this computer won't update past 10.12, which is crazy. And what am I looking at right now? Let me show y'all what I'm looking at on Amazon. Because your girl, if I'm gonna get something new, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get what I want. Let me show y'all what I want. So I want this. Come on. Come on. Show the people. Show the people. Oh my God. Dang. Y'all can't see it, but it's a pink. It is a pink 2024 iMac desktop. That's crazy that y'all can't see that. Let me see if I did turn the lights down low. Nope, still can't see it. Anyway, of course it's a pink MacBook. I mean, a pink iMac. Why wouldn't it be anything else but something pink? I like pink stuff. I'm a girl. I'm a girl's girl. But that's like $1,800. I'm like, yeah, I could put that on a firm, but let me start where I'm starting with what I have, because I don't need an $1,800 MacBook to make a YouTube video. Here I am. I bought my little equipment and I bought this chair, and yeah, I did spend quite a bit of money, especially on this lovely chair. Yeah, I spent some money, but I ain't spent $1,800 to get started. I just like things to be a certain way. But let me get off here. I'm I'm being consistent with myself and what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to make a YouTube video every day, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to stay consistent with all my hobbies. Like I said, next week I should be getting I should be putting that down payment on my cosmetology license, and then that's going to start a whole new journey. And now that I'm single and I'm living by myself for only like the second time in my life, I can actually indulge in my hobbies and the things that I like to do. And I have time to do the things that I like to do and focus on the career paths I want to make for myself. Because working a 9 to 5 is not something I plan on doing for the rest of my life. It's 2026. There's money everywhere. not in just a 9 to 5. That is a 9 to 5 is a dated but necessary stream of income. Yeah, it's stable, but the time that it takes away from you is literally priceless when you can be doing something that you love to do, that you enjoy to do. Anywho, if you like this video, really like this video, your girl is sitting here filterless and fabulous. Period. Filterless, makeupless, partially natural hair because I got braids, even though most of this is my hair. If you don't believe me, go check out my videos. Your girl got long hair. Yeah. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. I'm gonna go live every day. I promise. I promise you. I'm going to go live every day. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.